can change. He's just really into it. And I don't think novelty will ever wear off because of the way technology can change and the way that they can learn.
Yeah. As long as the activities stay fresh and what it does stays fresh.
Yeah. I think it's that balance thing too,
Because if you're doing the same thing, obviously the kids are going to get bored.
Exactly.
Yeah. But if you do the same thing but you do it in a different way every, month or so, they're not going to realise that they're doing exactly the same thing, the same way, because it's different.
Yeah.
Just that little bit to keep them intrigued.
Yeah. And I think
interested in it.
If the kids had access to it at home, it would become that whole overexposure to it. I like the fact that it's at school only, because then they don't have access to it at home. And they do come home, they've done, something new, and then they go back and it's, we get to go back to the robots, not, the robots, we're going to be learning the same thing, here we go, but again, that whole balance thing, I think, works in the favour, of keeping it fresh and
my emphasis is not having them have a robot at home. Gives them something to look forward to when they come to school.
That's exactly right.
Because obviously if you had a robot at home that did the same things...
the novelty would wear off.
The novelty would wear off.
Probably wear off.
Yeah.
But then being just at school and them only having that interaction for those couple of hours at school... It's like, I get to go to school and do this with the robots.
Yeah. So that's very important.
Yeah, I think it's very, very important.
Especially
they
after...
have it, but not...
Especially after the Christmas break.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Christmas break is like 7 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like, I get to go to school and, see what the robots... I haven't seen them for a while. I wonder what we're going to do.
Yeah.
It's that whole,
They expect you to spend your holidays programming.
I was going to say, if you had them at home, you'd be spending a lot of time programming them.
Yeah.
You wouldn't enjoy it.
No, I do want to program. Thank you very much.
I think that's all I have here, but I guess just one last opportunity for you for asking questions to us. If you have any questions about, I guess, mainly the technology, the robots, the expectations, and also...
Well, I guess that's mine. A question is, where are we heading from here? What plans do you have for them? Because I'm that whole, it's the next step type of person. Where are you guys headed to?
Well, I'll answer first from my side and see if you have more. But from our side, from the CIS Higher Up perspective, what we're trying to do is to start looking a little bit more closely at how the robots are being used and how they are, what kind of benefits they're providing to the kids, and trying to understand a little bit more on what works with what kind of kids and what doesn't work with which kind of kids, etc. So that we can come up with a little bit more structures, ways to create more creative and different ways to use them, and also to help the teaching staff to be able to create lectures faster and easier, so that it doesn't take them the whole day or a whole morning to create one lecture, so that we can do more things more often for the kids and introduce them to the right kids at the right time. So that's what we're trying to do, trying to evaluate a little bit better and try to track a little bit better what works, what doesn't work, and with what kind of kids work and what kind of
I was going to ask, does it really, when you're programming the robots, is there, I don't know if this is going to sound horrible, is there a lot of thought given to, this child is Down syndrome, this child's autistic, this child's, whatever special needs? Is there a lot of thought process gone into the different needs of each child, or is it just kind of like, at the moment, it's just a blanket field of...
I guess I can answer that one.
Yeah.
I script the robot.
Yeah.
We have our lessons, and I know there are certain parts of certain lessons that need to be done either in a simpler form or they need to be done repetitively. And so a particular group of students will work. So we might have different groups of students working with the robots at different times.
Yeah.
for the lower functioning students, I mean, if you've got a cognitive ability of a 2-year-old, it's not going to make any difference.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was wondering, I guess.
So the robots for them is a different focus. It could be eye gaze, or it could just be attention, or it could be, especially with Paro, then for those very lower functioning students, Paro is really important. But for the rest of the groups, is if we want to do health and safety in the kitchen, and one of it obviously is knife skills, then he will do something, I will script, Liz will choreograph the knife skills. If, for example, we're doing, as we have done, managing emotions, then we'll talk about all the different ways in which one can manage emotions. Now that might be with 10 students. And so the robot will then model how he manages emotions. And we've got a whole set for the robot to use, like we've got a dog that walks, we've got a coffee set, we've got a toaster, we've got a coffee maker, and we've got music, we've got a whole pile of things. So the robot shows them how he manages emotions, then he asks them how do they manage emotions.
That's cool.
And it's the same with communication. So it's which kids fit at which time. You obviously wouldn't have everybody in it just for the sake of having everybody in it. That would be very boring and inappropriate.
I think that was my thing, that, you know, with a lot of technology, not the robots per se, but with a lot of technology, it's just kind of like blanket. This is for special needs, here you go. You know, like, I was just wondering if there's...
With terms of the dancing, everybody's in that. Because even the lower functioning ones can swing in their way or do whatever. So it's just a matter of... It's actually the teacher who writes the program, so it's really educationally based. I like that. I have an SSO, Liz, who actually does the choreograph, because I don't have time to do both.
That's fair enough.
So but where we're going from here, I'm going to work on the programs that we're currently doing. Time is a big factor because we have so much. We do the modified SACE, as you both know, and we have a syllabus to address. So it's how we incorporate and integrate those SARs into the curriculum, which we do very effectively. And then we're introducing Oculus Rift. And we've got Z Space, which is AR, VR, and so we'll bring those in as well. But the meaning of all that is the learning that's required for the life skills, for the key skills. For example, if you're doing augmented reality, virtual reality, you're making a pizza, then you wear your special glasses, you look at the screen, and you manipulate it all, and you'll make your pizza. And so for those students who, Thomas and Corey are both in the 6th, I've rearranged the whole kitchen, for example, this year. I've only got 6 students, this last 2 terms, 6 students only, who are working in the kitchen with an SSO preparing the meals, and then they'll become trainers of the less able ones. So we might use virtual reality to get them practicing how to do things so they're more confident when they're in the kitchen.
That's cool.
So everything is educationally planned. It's not...
I like that it's not a blanket.
If it's not got an educational
that's really
purpose,
good.
it doesn't happen.
I like that, because, you know, in some technology things that that I've seen before, it's a real hit and miss, you know.
And it's a standard for kids. We've had a 3D television for a few years. We only use it when we need to, maybe 5 or 6 times a year. It's not there as a pacifier.
I love that.
It's got, everything's got an educational, if it hasn't got an educational purpose, it's out. I wish other schools had that understanding, because
a lot of them are missing that, and unfortunately, you know, they've had 5-6 years of just this, like I said, blanketing technology, and then it's...
Well, they're pacifiers, it keeps the kids quiet.
Nanny TV type of thing.
Yeah, exactly,
you know, it's
right.
really...
See, we've never had a sandpit here.
I don't.
But if you went to the primary school, that's the sandpit.
I really...
So that when the kids come here from there, there's no social learning, there's no expectation, there's no anything. We have to jam 6 years into the junior class, 12 months, to get them into, and we've come to with your son and your youngest son, I decided the junior class wasn't for them. They've come straight into
to be honest. It was a really good move.
They've come straight into the senior class. and the expectations are similar. Like they were telling me this morning they were tired, and I said, well, go to bed earlier.